Welcome everyone to Merkaba Energy Healing. So we are here with another reading for you guys today, and we are asking Spirit, how are you healing others? How are you helping to heal others? So we have 3 piles as usual, using the Ask Your Guides Oracle cards from Sonia Choquette. And the first message, the first pile, is with the Devotion card, Nature Spirits, and the Amazonite crystal. Pile number 2 with message number 2 is the Leadership card, Holy Spirit, and with it the pink tourmaline. And finally, pile number 3 with message number 3 is Shadow, Divine Healers, and the hematite stone, I would call it. Okay, so as usual, just tune into your intuition, close your eyes, ask your higher self or ask Source itself, what pile with what message would resonate most strongly for me? And go to the timestamps below and choose your reading, and I will see you over there. Welcome group number 1. So we are going to ask Spirit, how are you healing others? How are you helping to heal others? So if you would like, please join me in my grounding breath and invocation. Grounding to Mother Gaia now. Calling on Divine Source itself to please channel the highest and best messages for the collective who chose pile number 1. Please channel through me the highest and best messages, answering the question, how are they healing others now? Please allow me to be a conduit of Divine Source, energy, healing, and communication for all involved. Thank you so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, group number 1. So let's begin. Okay, let's tune into your card, your primary card first. Devotion. God, that word really stands out to me. Let me just tune into that word for a moment. I'm hearing that you guys have great faith in the divine in a rooted way. I'm hearing soul remembrance. I'm also hearing cellular activation, so that through your devotion and your connection with Source, you actually, they're showing me this cellular activation in your body where your cells remember what you are, who you are. You might actually have remembrances of past lives. You might have a very deep understanding of what your soul is, who you are on a soul level. And this helps activate other people's remembrance of what they are. Please, Spirit, show me very clearly how group number 1 is healing others. They're showing me like an image of you putting your hand on someone's shoulder with empathy and with warmth, and like something lights up in the other person's body. You are definitely healers, and your light is so strong in your remembrance. Your connection to your soul is so powerful that just with a mere touch, you can actually enlighten others. You can bring up their soul remembrance and their connection with soul and with Source. I'm hearing that your devotion is unwavering. So it's like this group really has had many dark nights of the soul, but you rise again and you rise again and you rise again over and over and over again because your devotion is so deep. I'm not accustomed to really using this phrase, but I'm hearing like chosen ones, although I don't believe that there is a select few. But I think because you know so much that you are a God particle, that you are a spark of the divine, in that sense, you know you are chosen in that way because your soul's incarnations just, it doesn't matter the strife or the suffering that you have been through. Nothing has dimmed your light. Nothing has dimmed your light. And the way that sort of like this sun or this light is reflecting in this water in this way, this is what you do to others. You reflect other people. You show them their divinity just by the way that you walk in the world, which is extremely powerful. I don't think, Spirit always corrects me. So I just actually want to disclose. Right now I'm smelling cigarette smoke, which is one of the ways that lower vibrational energies interfere with my energy. Okay. So I rebuke that energy. I rebuke that energy and I send that energy out of this apartment. You can go back to your own time and space continuum. But the way that they're showing it to me is this sort of, it's probably just a dam or a bridge, but they're showing me this energy, this sort of thing that's trying to interfere with your capacity to reflect others. And the way that this is reading to me is that you might actually trigger other people. You might have a very polarizing spirit about you where you either ignite love and you ignite people's divinity and they just feel like they breathe more deeply when they're around you, or you might trigger their darkness. Because dark energy acts very chaotically around you. It doesn't know what to do with all of the light. And it's because you stay the course and you rise again and your devotion is so deep that this doesn't throw you off course. Albeit there might be a few days or a few weeks here or there where you may take to your bed and feel depressed or feel like you're out of sorts, but you always come back again. I'm getting a huge yes on that. Please let me know if that resonates, you guys. And I honor you as a soul for doing this. And it makes me emotional. I really resonate with that idea of just rising and rising and rising again. And that your soul path doesn't know what a dark night of the soul is, because you might feel as if your whole life was a dark night of the soul. But a big aspect of your soul's experience is to be a mirror to the world, to show the darkness itself, so that either it will bristle at the reflection or it will feel self-compassion and it will want to look for the light. So when I do clearings for people, I will ask the negative energies or entities where they want to go, because every being has a choice point where they can go to the left and they can return to their own time and space continuum of darkness, and that is their choice, or they can return to wholeness and look for the light and return to source. Even in my own sovereignty, I cannot command any other being or entity into a certain space. That is actually a dark way of working. And so in this way, you have this light about you and you mirror people's energy to them. And it's their choice if they want to see reflected back their own divinity or just their shadow and get lost in that and aggress against you or run from you. But your power lies in your rooted devotion to Source, or with Source, I should say. Thank you, Spirit. Now they're alerting me to the number 44 on this card. For some reason, the number 44 to me is a very powerful number. I haven't quite, in all of my esoteric research, I haven't quite figured it out. 144 shows up a lot for me, and 44, I reckon, for this group as well. Drop a 44 down below if that resonates with you. But there is something about you helping people come back into a state of balance. I'm hearing balance and truth, which I think in some ways are one and the same thing. And the stone Amazonite actually awakens truth, helps people return to their truth. So if you resonate with this stone, I would encourage you to go pick it up. Now, Amazonite also brings this soothing, this sort of, it's like a salve to people's restlessness and anxiety. And I wonder if some of you experience anxiety in lieu of you being the great empaths that you likely are, where it's hard for you to discern your own energy from others. And in this moment right now, my third eye just opened. I feel a deep pressure in the middle of my forehead, which is highly unusual. But it feels like for this group, a lot of your capacity to see the truth is connected to your empath abilities. Yes, I'm getting a yes on that. So you help people see their truth, whether they like it or not, really. And you anchor into your divinity, both on the earth, which we'll get to in a minute, the nature spirits, and through your soul star chakra or your eighth star chakra, which is about 6 to 12 inches above your head, where you're corded to the cosmic heart. Okay. Where your balance is through your heart chakra, because you are connected in the upper realms and in the lower realms. A rare but powerful gift. So when there's chaos around you, you're rooted in the earth. I just got a huge yes on that. You remain grounded to the earth and connected to the cosmic heart, to divinity, from whence you came. So your heart is wide open, and it's like a beam of light. Now, with nature spirits, this is such a profound message. You have such, I'm hearing the word sacred honor for nature, for the natural kingdom and the animal kingdom. You don't just see them, but you recognize that they see you. I would read this right now, but it's actually on my phone, which is recording this video right now. But I wrote this poem about the ocean when I moved here, and I was able to then access the ocean for the first time in a very long time. I felt her rise to me as I walked to her. She greeted me, and it brings me to tears. I know this might sound crazy to some people, but I'm a deeply, highly sensitive person. And she was like, hello, as she rose to me and crashed against my legs. And I could hear her giggle. And I said, hello, dear ocean, beautiful ocean. And she just reviled, not reviled, she sort of was joyful that I saw that she saw me and I saw her. Because there has been a perversion of nature and a perversion of the animal kingdom. And I don't know if I will live to see this day. I hope that I do. I hope all of us do. But we are turning in the favor of unity consciousness. The world, the earth is shifting towards the remembrance of the sanctity and the sacredness of every living thing, which is everything around you that is not made in a lab. And so you seem to have this amazing capacity to remind nature of herself. You say, I see you, and I see that you see me. And with animals, the same. You might have really beautiful, profound, deep relationships with animals, with what they call pets, or your animal companions, where you understand that they have a sacred soul that is awakening you, and you have a sacred soul that is awakening them. So you might have a very special relationship with nature, and you're helping to heal nature, and you're helping to heal the animals so that we could all rise in our divinity. With the stars on this card, I'm also seeing that you're helping awaken other people to their own gifts, to their own gifts. Let me ask Spirit exactly how you are doing this. Okay, there. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you. I'm so grateful. You're helping them awaken to their own gifts because you have a capacity to see people's true potential. I feel like one of the key words for you guys is truth. Truth. Again, if you resonate with the Amazonite, please do pick it up because it really does help bring up the truth. So, yeah, like the way that they're showing me is that you have this a capacity to see right through people, right to their core. And in your reflecting them, you're reflecting their gifts, which is also a part of their divinity and their truth. And those who are willing and able or at that path, at that point on their ascension path, they will want to see themselves through your eyes. They will want to learn more about themselves through your eyes. I feel like I need to sneeze, which often happens in my readings. Okay, lost it. But there is something about you being able to see other people's gifts and then being able to reflect that back to them and awaken them. Yes. I keep hearing soul remembrance, soul remembrance. Okay, let's see what other cards we'll get. So we're using Sonia Choquette's Ask Your Guides Oracle cards, one of the earliest card decks that I picked up many moons ago. Felt like it was calling me today. Okay, Spirit, divine and sacred beings of light and love, Source itself, can you please provide messages to group number 1? How are they helping to heal others now? Wow, we have new life, Divine Mother. Ooh, cards just fell. And let's see what else. Let's get one more. This one wants to come out. Despair. Look at that, guys. We got nature spirits twice. Very interesting. Huh. Okay. So, with new life, wow. So, the first thing I'm sensing with this card, I'm hearing very clearly divine feminine, divine feminine. And this actually resonates with the first card because I was seeing the hands outstretched here. And I had a sense of like, what are you giving? And with divine feminine, there's definitely this, I think they used the word balance before. There's definitely a sense of balance with this group where you show people how to both be in their power, how to hold their ground, and how to be yielding, how to be soft. You also show how people to give, but also how to receive. You guys really hold the balanced state of being where you are able to hold your ground in such a way that is highly balanced. I think they said at the beginning of this reading that you might be very polarizing to people, very Plutonian, where you can strike a chord either in the light or in the shadow of other people. And this is what this whole spread is showing to me. I feel like almost if we added this pink to this blue, we might get this teal, which might not be accurate, but that's how I'm seeing it. And that divine mother over here, this warmth is sort of like the polarized state of like the despair and the darkness. the light and the dark, or the feminine and the masculine, again, because there are hands here again, okay? But you show people the light in the dark is what this despair is about. You don't just meet them in empathy. You are the great empath. And for those of you who may not know, empaths are not always empathic. And people who hold a great degree of empathy are not necessarily empaths. That is a huge sort of confusion, I would say. Empaths pick up on other people's energies and they may absorb it. And sometimes they have difficulty discerning what is theirs and what is others. Empathy is the capacity to experience other people's emotions, but not necessarily take them on or absorb it or make it your own. It feels like you have a great capacity to be both empathic and empaths, to sense into what other people need and to offer that to them, and to really get a keen understanding of it. You're able to reflect what is theirs and not hold it necessarily as your own. You might show empathy, you might show love and warmth, but you also have boundaries, which is kind of the exalted empath. Empaths don't exactly have boundaries, but the way that they can feel more in their power is where they really know themselves well. They know their own energy signature very well. That's why all empaths need to really be in their own energy a lot and know their own energy signature very, very well so that they can be empathic, so that when they can feel other people's experiences, they can actually give it back to them with healing energy, as these hands are, and help heal without giving of their own sustenance and their own life force energy. We can talk about that a little bit more in another reading. But you guys have this beautiful capacity to be very warm, very loving, but also show people how to be strong, even whilst they're experiencing suffering. And you do that overtly, like by being empathic, by being there for people, by being loving, by being yielding, by holding your own grounding, and also by modeling, by how you live your life, by your devotion, but also by how you take care of yourself, how you set appropriate boundaries. Some people, I'm also seeing something as simple as like opening doors for people. Or it's like I see like a little bird who is hurt in some way. You won't just walk by it. Maybe you will pick it up and bring it to a vet or nurse it back to wellness. I see somebody like stepping over a worm that's crossing the sidewalk, or like you might step over insects and ensure you don't kill them. You might not just throw out a plant that is dying, you might take the time to nurture it back to life. As I'm looking at a plant on my balcony right now that I'm desperately trying to nurture back to life. And I think that's what the new life is here, is where wherever you see something breathing, wherever you see something that is alive, you hold it with sacredness and sanctity. You see it as the divine being that it is. They're tuning me into this 29 here, which reduces down to an 11. And some of you might be life path number 11, which to me is the master life path, is sort of like where you have accrued so much wisdom from so many incarnations, and you are here to really express and delineate tremendous wisdom to others. And in the delineation of that wisdom, you help heal others. You help awaken others. I'm hearing like spark of genius, which is a term I've heard through some of my readings. And it seems like this group has some of that sort of spark of genius. What else, Spirit, for group number one? How else are they helping to heal others, please? I'm hearing in the magnitude of your generous spirit, you help awaken others and heal others. So you have this sort of great capacity for generosity. And it's with your energy. It's not just what you're giving others tangibly, but you have this very generous spirit, generous energy. They're showing it to me like a well that never runs dry. That's what they just placed in my mind there. A well that never runs dry. You have sort of like this endless spring of energy that you offer other people. And I'm seeing like other people look at you like, how does she or he keep extending himself to others like that? How do they never tire? How do they never lose tolerance? I'm hearing. So it sounds like you guys have a great capacity to hold a lot of tolerance. I'm also hearing the word beauty, like people look at you as a very beautiful soul. And I'm hearing the word marvel, like people marvel at you, but not just sort of from afar. They want to like, they're showing me like someone taking out a pad and taking notes. Like people really want to make sense of you, but they can't quite make sense of you because you, like, I'm hearing the word sprite, like from the elemental kingdom, like, and sprightly, like you have this levity and this lightness about you that just seems really otherworldly. And people actually take a page out of your book and you don't even know that they're doing that. But people are genuinely inspired by your purity and your grace and your loveliness and your generosity. And you are sort of like breathing new life, and you're breathing new life into people in a way that is not overt. Like that you don't know sometimes that you're doing this, but you do. And it's beyond sort of the tangible generosity. It's really just by the way that you walk in the world. You just, like, they're showing me like as you walk down a path, like all of these little flowers are blooming because you spread this like lighted energy wherever you go. They're showing me like as you're talking, like little music notes coming out of your mouth. You've got this like very unique frequency about you that enlivens other people to their own divinity, which I think they said in a lot of different ways in this reading. I just want to get one final card for you guys from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. I don't know why. I just feel like I want to get like one message. This is like a deck of like one word. Spirit, can you give us like one more word to denote like how group number one is healing others? Show me clearly, please. I feel like this one wants to come out. Oh, wow. Openness. How beautiful is that? I feel like we can talk like 20 more minutes about this card with all of the astrology and the moon here. Oh, that's very interesting. Okay, so this is what they're showing me. So they're saying, wow, okay. So this is reading a little bit like High Priestess energy. So you have this, again, it's this balance between this purity, this angelic way of being, this openness with your magical part of you. My ears are getting very hot. Wow. So some of you are definitely clairaudient. Yeah. So you have like this, it's again, it's like this dark and light, this yin yang energy, where it's like you're very easy to be around, open, perhaps even agreeable, which is a lovely trait. Agreeable in the balance form, right? Just like up for anything. But you have this mark of depth to you that is almost, it's almost a little bit deceiving the way you come across because you're so lovely and light and almost angelic. But you'll say something to people and they'll almost be like, wait, what? because you'll say something so deep and so profound that it really gives people pause when they're around you. And this is how you help heal others, because you don't wear a mask. You're so deeply and utterly authentic that it almost strikes people in this odd way, like, whoa, I didn't know you had that much depth, because you walk with this sort of like this sprightly way, because you don't have any airs about you. You don't wear a mask. And that can be a little bit disconcerting to people. Like, some people really might not be able to read you because you're so open that it can feel a bit unnerving to others. But those who are, again, willing, able, and ready, they will awaken in your presence, because you have this pure form energy, this unadulterated energy that allows people, again, to know what is truth. There's just such a depth about this group, but also such a purity at the same time, that it creates this polarized experience in the world. But like nature and animals will always rise to your light, because they hold that same frequency. But people, it's kind of 50-50, right? Which is not an exact percentage there, but some people will rise with you and they will just feel enlivened and enlightened by you, and some people will pull away, and that's okay. That's okay. Just own your divinity in that way. So I do have to close out the reading. I wanted to just keep going on, but I'm going to close out there. Group number 1, it was such an honor and a pleasure to read for you all. I do hope something resonated. Please do comment down below, like and subscribe if you haven't. I would love to connect with you in future readings. So if nothing else, I send you guys so much love and so many blessings. Until the next reading, take very good care. Welcome, group number 2. So, if you would like, you may join me in my grounding breath and invoking spirit. Grounding to Mother Gaia once again. Calling on Divine Source itself to please channel your energy, healing, and communication through me for the highest and best good of group number 2. Allow me to be a conduit of the highest light and the highest love. We are answering the question, how is group number 2 healing others? Please show me very clearly. Help me to feel, see, hear, and know very clearly for group number 2 now. I thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, group number 2. So, you chose the pink tourmaline with the leadership card, Holy Spirit. My goodness. We are answering, how are you helping to heal others? So immediately with this image, I just heard that you're showing others the way. You're showing others the way. And I just saw the word maverick. So you guys might be real trailblazers. Okay. You might do things that are considered like the black sheep in the family, the nonconformist. Okay. I'm hearing that you are way showers to others who are trying to find the light. So your paths have definitely not been easy. Yeah, they're just like showing me the 6 of Wands, I believe that is, just like bruised and battered, but still victorious. And I'm clearing a lot through my body, which I did not do in group number 1. So some of you might really be transmuting a lot of lower vibrational energies in helping people see the light. With the word leadership they're tuning me into right now, you might really be the ones who have the outlier. In science, the outlier is sort of the point outside of that normal curve where the averages exist. You're sort of way out over here somewhere. And I'm doing it on the right side because that's usually an outlier in a positive way, let's say. where you have thoughts and opinions all your own. Spirit, can you show me clearly how they are healing others? So they're showing me like a light bulb in other people's minds where you spark ideas, insights, perspectives. They're showing me the Hanged Man now, where you enlighten other people to see the world in a different way. And there's like a Libran energy here, like a Libra energy here, where you bring people with you. It's kind of like you don't want to be a part of other groups, but you actually start to create groups. Like you bring people into your own tribe. So yeah, you might work really well with others, or you may not at all work well with others, but you might create your own group. And I'm hearing like handpick people to be a part of your team. I'm hearing the word fearless, risk takers, okay, along with that word maverick. I'm hearing that you might be life path number 5, right? Really out of the box thinkers. Now I'm hearing Geminis, entrepreneurs. People are very inspired by you. You're healing people because you're helping people see that the only way to live is to be exactly who you are. You're showing people that their authenticity is their gift. And you have a lot of power and a lot of strength in that. And again, like group number 1, but in a totally different way, you model to other people by the way you live your life, by the way you live in your authenticity. You show people how to sort of like go by the beat of their own drum, like listen to their heart, and to not be worried about what other people think. You have this very kinetic energy about you, like this, which might be a double entendre, but you have this energy about you. You read a little bit like a pitta to me, or a pitta in Ayurvedic medicine. The pittas are the fiery, sometimes the redheads, the athletes, they just have a lot of energy. It's sort of like a fire that never dies out. And you just keep going and you keep going and you keep going. And people are just so inspired by your energy that they want, and they actually do get energized being around you. I am feeling like some of you actually pull people out of very dark places. You show them the point of egress in the dark, or where is that point of light that they can actually move out of and into. And you show it to them as being them. It is them. They have that light, but you show it to them as, how do you say? Not a searchlight. I can't think of the word because I'm not in my mind. Yeah, I mean, like this guy holding, or this girl holding this lantern. But you are the light. You are the light, and you don't go in and heal them. Like it's not like a friend where you go in and you give them advice. You're just like, this is the way I'm living, and this is the way it works, and you just say, come along. And you show it to them in this way that it's so, I'm hearing like no nonsense. It's almost like you make it easy for people to see the way out. Spirit, please show me clearly how group number 2 is helping to heal others. Yeah, I just heard the words look up, look up. It's like you help people look in another direction. Where is the light? So it's like you don't do it for them. You just guide them, or you show them by the way you do things. Okay, let's pull some cards here. So we're pulling from the Ask Your Guides deck from Sonia Choquette. Okay, Spirit, show me clearly. How is group number 2 healing others? How are they helping to heal others? Please show us clearly. Okay, this one wants to come out. Suffering, divine teachers, and very interesting. Master teacher, purpose. I feel like I want one more. Wow. And Venus, business. It's so interesting because I really did feel like this had something to do with career, where you help people sort of magnetize their higher purpose, with the word purpose here as well. Okay. So first they were showing me with the suffering card, divine teachers. I mean, okay, so there are two teachers here. And as they're validating with the first card, with the primary card, that you guys are guides, your teachers, your mentors, and you do it by the way you walk in the world. Okay? By you imbibing in your highest purpose or highest purposes, you actually take people out of their suffering. You take people out of the dark, like they were saying in the initial card. So they're kind of just expounding on the message. Yes, you are definitely a divine teacher with Holy Spirit as well, and a master teacher with a 38 here, reducing down to 11. That is a master number, okay? So you are sort of building your mastership in this life, and by doing so, you're helping other people learn how to do that for themselves. You show them strength and mastership by the way that you walk in your life, and that is the way out of suffering. Is to return to your own light, to return to your own mastership. The way that they're showing me this card is this is you with the spiral in your heart. And they're showing it to me, I don't know if you can see, like this person's arms outstretched. And these big other people looming. Now, I'm sure this is not the way the card was intended, but this is how I see it. This is the person that you're healing. And this is you, and these are like these big figures, okay? And these big figures are a delineation of this person's nightmare. So this person is comparing themselves to these big figures. I can't ever be like them. I can't ever be like them. And you being smaller than these people in this person's sort of mind's eye. I don't mean like they see you as smaller, but you don't need to be big to hold out your arms and say no. Like it's as if, I don't know if you can see that. Well, whether you can see it or not, this little person is like holding their arms out and they're saying it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter. Stop comparing yourself to others. Go back to your heart is what you're showing other people. What is your mastership? What is your mastery inside of you? What do you have to bring to the world? Forget about other people. You might have even said to somebody recently, stop comparing yourself to other people. You have your own light inside of you. Now, again, with Venus here, there is something with the heart here and the heart and the spiral here. They showed it to me as a heart. Excuse me. Oh my God. I just got a big yawn there. That's a clearing of energy as well. Yeah, I mean, you guys definitely heal through the body, that's for sure. But there's something about you showing people their own light by their strength. Like they're showing me like the lion's heart. So the lion in the strength card and also your heart in the word Venus here. You show people a lot of warmth and love through your own mastery in your life. It's very interesting in the Venus card here with 5 and 2 reducing down to a 7. There is this idea of like you winning at life by holding like love and like the 3D with like your business, your mastership, all in the same space. Like you teach people through the way that you love, through the way your heart is just so open, through your generous spirit, how to be in the world, how to be in the tangible world. It's very interesting how they're showing this to me. It's like you guys are very grounded, but you still have like your heart completely open, which is very hard to achieve for a lot of people, to be grounded and to have their heart open and their minds open. They're showing it to me like these three areas of your energetic system being in balance with each other. So your root chakra being very grounded, your heart chakra being super open, and your crown chakra being super open. So like you're so connected to your mastership, but you're so open in your heart and you're so grounded at the same time. And in these three energetic vortices, you show the world how to achieve this balance. And you really help bring people out of their shadow self by showing them love, by showing them how to like think in a different way, how to be their own person, and how to root or anchor into their own energy. I feel like I'm not making sense because it's so hard to describe this energy, but it is so very powerful. I keep hearing, you're showing the way, you're showing the way. Like, I mean, there's so many paths in these cards, but if you can see, there is a path here upward and there's a path here again. You show people their divinity. You show people the way to go, but you don't tell them. Like this is a unique quality of this group. You're not giving advice. You're just showing with this person over here, and even in the handshake here. You're like working with others as opposed to like telling them what to do or giving advice by the way you are empowered in your own energy. Okay, I want to pull a few more cards here. So I feel like we've exhausted these ideas. Okay, I'm going to pull from the Sacred Traveler Oracle cards. Spirit, can you show me clearly how group number 2 is helping to heal others? How are they helping? Okay, actually, they want me to talk just a bit about pink tourmaline. So, pink tourmaline actually really helps heal people's scars from the past. And so, the way that they're showing me is like, I'm hearing you say, come on, guys, come on. Like you don't talk ad nauseum with people about their suffering or their difficulties from the past. You're just kind of like pulling them out of it into like another space. You heal again by way of like showing people an exit point from their suffering. So you don't, I think that, you know what they're showing me? They're saying like, you guys have really been through a lot. Like you have actually experienced some of the suffering that other people have experienced. So you're not just like showing people the light, but again, in this word mastership, which I feel like is the key word for this group, you're like, I have been through it. I think that's why they showed me the Six of Wands before. Like you have been through the fire and back. And so you're not just like saying, hey guys, come on. You're actually saying like, do you see my scars? Like they're showing me like a little scar on your head. Maybe you actually have a scar on your head or like one on your knee. And you're like, I know, I've been there. And here's the way out. Like don't rest in that energy too much. So you're a living, I'm hearing lived experience. So you're not like just some guru or mentor. You actually have lived the suffered state and you have mastered how to transcend those energies. And this creates a spark of hope for people. With the heart here in Venus, actually, like I'm feeling this heaviness in my heart. There's something about you guys learning self-love, where in your personal suffering, you have risen, risen. Yeah, you have risen again. And you somehow never lost your heart. You never lost your self-love, or maybe you did, but you recovered because you were always connected to the divine. You were always connected to your higher self. And there's something about you resting in your heart, in your self-love. Again, that pink tourmaline energy, which is very much about recovering self-love. You have helped people remind themselves of their self-love. Because you accepted yourself, you have shown other people how to accept themselves. And it's not, again, by like sitting on a couch and giving them advice and lots of hugs. It's, again, this kinetic energy of just like, I see you. I see all of your divinity and all of your love. So it's almost, I'm hearing the word duh, which is kind of weird, but like DUH, like, don't you see it? Don't you see your own light? Don't you see your own love? They're giving me like this rose quartz energy, but it's like, what's the word? I can't think of the word. It has bits of black tourmaline in it. It's like rose quartz with black tourmaline in it as they're showing it to me. It's like you have the light of the heart, but you have the healed shadow inside of you as well, is how they're showing it to me. It's really quite beautiful. I don't know if that stone actually exists, but yeah, you show people how to like live with their scars, live with their shadow. You're not running from it. You have integrated it, I'm hearing. And you show people how to live in the world alongside their shadow and not to be afraid of their shadow. Okay, so 2 cards fell out, so we'll take them. Wow, ascending the mountain. I always marvel at how accurate this deck is, the Sacred Traveler. Keep going forward. How many paths are we going to have in this reading? I feel like Spirit is always reminding me that I don't need all these cards, but I think sometimes I doubt. Look at all these paths. You are really helping people like find their way by going it alone. By doing it alone, you're at the leadership position. Here you are alone, and here you are alone. And here this person is like completely in a suffering state, and you're like, come on. I did not want to put that card there. Ascending the mountain. Yes. Once again, Spirit shows us the reverberating message here. You just keep on going, like the Energizer Bunny. Talk about energy again. You just have this endless well of energy. You guys are really the trailblazers in this group. You really help people find that point of egress where they only see darkness. They don't see any light. And you have like this, again, this sprightliness about you, this like lightness as you're walking this path. Even though you have been through it, you're like, come on, everybody, let's just go. I just heard like Dora the Explorer. Come on, everybody, come on. I think that's what she says. You have this levity even in the dark. I know I keep repeating myself, but it's like the same energy they keep giving me. Okay, let's see with this card. Wise leader. I'm sorry if I just made a big noise in my mic there. Oh, I love you, Spirit. I love you, Source. I mean, I'm like literally like boiling right now. There's just so much repeating messages here. Leadership, wise leader. You are the beacon for others. How beautiful is this? You guys might be fire signs with the fire here, with the arrow here. You might be a Sagittarius. And the other fire signs are Leo and Aries. Wow, a beacon for others, really a beacon of light. My goodness, you guys. Such beautiful repeating messages here. We have more time, but I think I may close out the reading in just a bit here. I just want you guys to know you really are the way showers for others. And you help heal other people by being in your mastership, by being leaders, by having lived the experience of suffering and come way out the other side, but not to have left it behind, but to wear your scars. I just realized that this woman has these marks on her face and on her arm. And I think we said like a scar on your face before. Yeah, I mean, you guys wear your scars proudly. Some of you might have tattoos denoting some of your suffering. Somebody might have a tattoo here of a loved one who has passed over, like you have been through grief, you have been through the fire, and you've come out the other side. And you might have a burn mark, you might have a scar, but you wear it proudly. And I'm getting actually a little dizzy right now. It's like the energy is so fierce in this group. Yes, you have such a fierceness about you in the way that you guide other people. And my goodness, you guys, with everything going on the planet right now, we need your energy more than ever. They're showing me like someone in the military, and you're like with a whole group of people and you go all the way to the front. I'm hearing valiance, valiance. You have like this hardiness, this, my God, lioness, I'm hearing. Lion and lioness, this bold energy about you. Just God bless you for your beautiful energy and light, because we need more way showers on the planet right now. We need more nonconformists. We need more strength to see beyond the veil. So I just want to send you guys so many blessings in your mastery, in your mastership, in your valiance. And I want to thank you for your service, as it were, because you have a great purpose on this planet in helping people rise to the occasion. Because I think in the upcoming months, a lot of us are going to have to rise through the darkness. We can't run from it anymore. We have to rise in spite of it. Okay? We have to walk through the fire. And my beloved brothers and sisters in this group, you're going to show the way. And I honor you and I respect you so much. So with that, I'm going to close out this reading, you guys. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I have so much love and so much respect for you all. Thank you for being on the planet right now and for showing the way for others who haven't yet been able to find their way, or their way out, or their way through, I should say. Okay, with that, if anything resonated, please, as always, please comment. Some of you guys know I really enjoy engaging with you guys in the comment section, and I'm humbled and have so much love and appreciation for sharing in some of your stories with me. Some of you have been sharing your stories with me. Thank you so much. I want to hear about your lives and your own spiritual paths that you're on right now. And I always want my channel to be a space where we can share in our own personal lived experiences and be a support to one another. So with that, I bid you adieu. I send you guys so much love and so many blessings. Until the next reading, take very good care and much love. Welcome, group number 3. So before we start the reading, you can join me if you would like in my grounding breath and invocation of spirit. Grounding into Mother Gaia now. Calling on Divine Source energy to please channel through me your healing, communication, messages for group number 3. Please help me see, hear, know the clearest messages for group number 3 about how they are healing others. Thank you so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So guys, sorry I was halting there a little bit. Coming into your reading, I felt like a very heavy energy, which actually makes sense since you guys chose the shadow. And I feel like a lot of you guys transmute energy through your physical bodies. Like I feel it in my head, I feel it in my heart. So I'm sorry that beginning was a little bit weird. Oh, that's interesting that I just said my head and my heart because those are signified in the card actually here. So I feel almost like a little ungrounded. So Spirit is telling me that you guys actually help transmute other people's shadows, and you need to ground a little bit more because as you're healing others, you also need to heal yourself. You need to help clear that energy. So hematite is a powerful, powerful stone of transmutation. I could even feel in the weight of it right now that it needs to be cleared. So I think I'm actually going to do that for you guys very quickly here. But hematite helps clear negative energy from space and from people who hold it and wear it. Oh, wow. And it feels like you guys transmute a lot of energy through the physical body. So I just would encourage you guys to be cognizant of any times that you feel dizzy or you feel heavy in your chest or you feel, I don't know, like your blood pressure is dropping is how I'm feeling it. Because it feels like you're so easily able, like some of you might be super empaths where you just immediately absorb other people's energies and take them on as your own. And then you try to find ways to clear it and cleanse it, but it's very hard to do that. So I think at the beginning of this reading, I talked a little bit about empaths, and I feel like this is really resonant for this group, where you need to learn your own energy signature and be on your own a lot so that you can keep transmuting energies. Because as much as you might learn from others about how to shield or set boundaries, the super empath will always, always take on other people's energies. It's learning discernment that is the key to unlocking the greatness of this ability, where you really are in your own energy a lot, so that you can discern what is yours and what is others. Now, with this little person, now he's not little in energy, just graphically here. The way that you often help people sort of transcend their own shadow and heal them is in love, which is really, in my opinion, a superpower. So you're not one to sort of bristle at someone's negativity. You're not one to get embroiled in silly fights. You actually find the middle point in these exchanges with people. You might be mediators. You might help mediate arguments, but you always try to look for the center point. Yeah. And it's because you move from the heart so much in this life, in this world. You really help to walk in love. And we're talking about the universal love here, not the love that the word that people throw around, which I guess I could say respectfully. I don't know. Yeah, I'll just say respectfully, it is not perhaps the truest form of love, in my humble opinion. The universal love is source consciousness, is light, is knowing that you are a particle of God itself or source itself. I don't love the word God because it denotes religion, but those of you listening know what I mean. You hold so much of the universal love, which is a purity. And some negative energies don't really know what to do with that. So you might, I think this was brought up in group number 1 as well, but you might trigger people because your light and your love in particular, I would say your love is so unwavering and so fierce. People just don't sometimes know that what you are is like true. Is it really real? Can you actually be that loving? Yes, you can. I'm seeing that very clearly for this group. Okay, Spirit, please show me very clearly for group number 3, how are they helping to heal others? So they're giving me an image of someone, presumably a mother, like putting their child on a school bus and the school bus taking off and the child just waving, which denotes in psychology secure attachment. So it's like you show people a very, how do I put this? Like you're generous and loving and you offer guidance, but you do it in a way that doesn't create dependency. So you help people in their independence by um, holding firm ground. Like you have this lovely softness about about the way that you show love, but not in a way that creates dependency, because you have this strength. If we don't look at this as like another person and we look at it just like strength, you hold both love and strength in the same space. So you help people. This also resonates with group number 1. You help people feel that a balance of the masculine and the feminine, I would say. I feel like I want to get a few more cards because the message is not so clear for some reason. Trying to ask Spirit what that's about for me. Okay. So they're showing me like, so let's say right now in this moment, I'm like, okay, where do I go? I'm not sure. They're showing me that you show people clarity by living in the heart, by living in this very no nonsense way. So you're just like, okay, if we can't do it this way, we could just do it this way. Like you don't make a mountain out of a molehill, I'm hearing. So hard to describe this for some reason. I feel like this group actually might not be a group that says very much, but just in the way that you do things, you heal people, you help show people that you don't need to talk ad nauseum, you don't need to say very much, you don't need to explain very much. You just walk with love. And when you respond, it's very simple. You have a very pure essence about you. I'm seeing like a swan. You have a grace about you. And I think that's why I'm having a hard time describing your energy and how you're healing people, because I think words escape me because you don't need words. Because you don't need to say very much, because you're the embodiment of love. Yes. And as I'm saying that, I feel like this pressure in the middle of my chest, like denoting my heart chakra wanting to open. It's very interesting. It's a little bit hard for someone like me who uses words so much. My son being in my third house and being a psychologist, I use a lot of words. But I feel like you guys have a lot to teach me. Yeah, just by just like being in the energy of pure unadulterated love. You heal people by not saying very much, just by this energy signature of your heart. And that's so interesting. You got the rest card, because that's what I feel like I need right now. I feel like I need to just rest and calm my energy, because your energy is so soothing. It's so soothing to people. With this stag here in the background, I don't know if you can see that. And with this dove coming in, my goodness, I feel like you guys have this very soothing, balanced, almost divine, Holy Spirit. Like you have the Holy Spirit running through you. Not a term I normally use, but I'll go with it. Like, and even like with these plants, whatever they are, they're almost like bigger than you or around you here. It's like the nature spirits and the animals wake up around you because your frequency is so pure and so full of love. You might have a very unique, very Spirit, can you give me a word here, please? Resonant. Yeah, so you're very resonant with the frequency of nature and animals. You have this, wow, they're telling me it's from birth. Like you didn't acquire it in this life, you acquired it in other incarnations. It's like you never lost the source point inside of you, your spark of divinity, you never lost. And you just look at you, you're just like reading a book here. This is me hanging out in my divine energy. And then like a stag rolls up and a dove comes by and all of these plants are blooming around you. You have this like it's the same with the first card here. You're just like, you're showing the heart, but you're not showing it to this person who seems infuriated and angry. You're just like, here's my heart, and whoever wants to see it and imbibe in my energy, go ahead. But you don't force your energy on anyone. You just live in it. And then the people, places, and things that will benefit will sort of rise around you. This is such a beautiful energy. I feel so humble being in your energy, you guys. I feel like I need some of it. I don't want to sound greedy. I want to say it with grace and humility. Like you have a wonderful energy. Oh my God, you guys, both my cats just woke up and came around. Did you just hear that? That was Pixie just jumping off of her tree. Both of my girls just came around me. I kid you not. So you guys might have a very powerful connection to animals. And part of the way that you heal others, oh my God, is others, including the animal kingdom, is you remind like nature and animals. This is a very similar energy to the first group, I have to say, that you see their divinity. I talked about this in the first group where I believe that there has been a huge perversion of nature and of the animal kingdom. And you see them for the divine beings that they are. There's such a purity about you guys. I wish I had more ways of explaining this. And now what came out was partnerships and love, nature spirits. My goodness, divine healers, Holy Spirit, nature spirits. You have this capacity to remind people of their partnership with the divine through love. And with the number 2 here, and I'm just seeing like the 2 of Cups, which is very much about like collaborating one-on-one with somebody to make something beautiful from the heart, right? The cups are emotions. You teach people how to live a life like fully grounded in their emotional selves, right? To not feel like those people who are like emotionally dysregulated around you, they feel very safe and calm in your energy. Again, you heal people by your own vibration, and that vibration is one of the divine and one of love. I'm also seeing here that you know a good balance between like work and play. Like you just naturally know when to rest. And there is something, did they say that for this group that you transmute through the body? I think they do. They did. Sorry, I can't think clearly when I'm doing readings. So they're saying that you also are a model to others about how to treat your body and how to hone your own energy and how to maintain your own energy. So like you guys might take a nap during the day, or you may take appropriate rest. You guys may be, I'm getting the word entrepreneurs, but it's like in quotes, like it's not true entrepreneurship. It's more like you just have your own way of doing things. Okay, you definitely have your own way of doing things, and you inspire other people to just work with their own energy, to like be in their own energy and not in a way that they're like told to be, and not in a way that they feel like they have to prove themselves to anyone. Like this dude is like not trying to prove himself to anybody, just doing its own, like their own thing here. And that's like a mark of your energy. When you come in contact with other people, you're just like, you want to collaborate with me or not? Either way goes, is how I'm seeing it. It's very no nonsense because you have like your own energy signature that people are really inspired by. And they're kind of looking at you like, how does she do that? How does he like have his hands in all of those projects? I'm seeing somebody like doing a lot of different cool things, but totally like they're showing me like your chakra system all lined up, all the energy vortices alight, all imbalanced. Like, how do you have this energy? And how do you keep yourself so centered? You just do, because you work from the heart. You work from authenticity. You rest when you need to, you engage when you need to. But you don't get sort of put off by other people's energies, even though you might be a super empath, which is a very unusual quality. Now, sometimes you do, but then you know to rest. So they're showing me like with the shadow here, some of you really do absorb a lot of people's energies, but then you're like, okay, I'm going to go on a trip by myself. Some of you might be planning a trip to go somewhere on your own for a while. Like for this group, the perfect vacation would be like where you take a trip and the first 3 days, it's like totally yourself. And then the latter 3 days, you meet up with a person or two. Yeah. I'm hearing that you guys just don't know how much you inspire people just by the way that you live your life. Just by the way that you live your life. Oh, okay. Before they told me not to go on. I just lost track of time, so I don't even know how much time we have left. Oh, no. All right. We'll just go with it. I'll go like 15 more minutes. So with these people like all holding hands, I just lost the message. Hang on. Spirit, can you help me revive that message? I totally just lost it, you guys. It was something about how you're working with other people. Okay, they'll bring it back to me. Oh, okay. I got it. So they just showed to me that like we could all work together because we all have our unique gifts. You see how all these people have different colors? So you might be somebody who's healing other people by showing them that like, yeah, like there's no one better or worse than you. You have your own energy. Like go out and like do what you think you can do. So you help people understand that they are unique. You heal that shadow version of them that says they're not good enough. They won't amount to anything. They can't stand up to the rest. Because you, in your own divinity and your own power, you do your own thing. And whatever you're doing, other people might have even done, but you do it in your own way. And you show people we could all do this thing because we all have our unique way of doing it. So there is no real redundancy, right? There's no like too many cooks in the kitchen, as it were, because we all have our own unique energetic signature. And you really hold that role and that space really well for other people to see. How can you do something that maybe looks like you're doing something that other people are doing, but it's actually at the same time entirely different? Because every single one of us has a unique fingerprint. I mean, if you don't believe me, just look at the palms of your hands. The lines on your hands and your own fingerprint at the tip of your fingertips is like no one else's. No one else has your fingerprint. If that is not like evidence enough that you have something unique, I don't really know what is. These are like our zebra stripes, right? You know, like every zebra has its own stripes. It's totally different from the next zebra. Or as my mother, who's a Brit, says, zebra. It's really about understanding your unique value, and you help heal people's understanding about this. You awaken other people to their own stripes, which is such a beautiful thing that you guys do. Thank you, Spirit, for helping me revive that message. What else for group number 3? How are they healing other people? How are they awakening other people? Can you show us clearly, please? One more message here from this deck. Business, Venus. That's interesting. I think group number 2 got this. So let's look at this a little bit more. Can you show me clearly? Okay, so again, we have this love, right? The hearts here. And how even in, they're saying, even in the mundane, even in the everyday, right? Even in the 3-dimensional everyday things, you show people how to live from the heart, right? They said 2 of cups before. This literally denotes the 2 of cups. Okay? 2 people shaking hands here. Okay? It's like, that's actually really weird that that just came up again. And also we have 2 sevens, which is very much like prosperity to me. You show people that they can be prosperous as long as they live in the heart. And I know I keep repeating myself. This happened in group number 2, where there was like one singular but powerful message that needed to get out. And it's happening again right now, to my chagrin in some ways, because I always want like the messages to be multifaceted. But sometimes the collective just needs to hear one message and hear it in a multidimensional way. You guys have such a purity of heart, where you extend so much love, where you fragment the shadow of people, helping them come back to their own divine light and their own divine love. And you have this balanced way of being in your own energy signature, no matter what, that helps enliven people to their own energy signatures. And this happens in a very pronounced way for you guys in the pentacles of life, right? In career, in business, in the working days, Saturnian energy, right? Being Capricornian energy, perhaps. How you can actually hold a lot of light in everyday stuff. How you can hold a lot of love in everyday stuff. And now Spirit is giving me the word integrity, that by the way you do your dealings in everyday life, and particularly in business and career, you hold so much integrity that it awakens other people to have integrity as well. So some people might try to like cheat the system, or I'm seeing somebody who like we're like, sorry, my cats are running all over the place now. That's that kinetic energy that they showed me at the beginning. Yeah, they're showing me like somebody who like goes to a store and the cashier gives them like too much change, and you're like that person who's going to go back and say, hey, you gave me 50 cents extra. So you're not just doing something from like a high moral ground, but when you do this, you're acting as a model to people about how to hold integrity. And it feels like in partnerships, there might be like instances wherein you can like fast forward, they're telling me, or like get like not play by the rules and get to like they're showing me like someone running to a bank and like greedily taking money out of the bank. And like you say, no, the better way is to do it with integrity. And this slows things down a little bit. And they're showing me like the Knight of the Knight of Pentacles. This slow, and I'll explain that in a second. This slows things down a little bit, but the end point tends to be more abundant, and you end up being more prosperous because of your integrity. And you help show people that this is not only the right way to do it, but the best way. And so with the Knight of Pentacles, often what that denotes is that there's a very grounded, good offer or good energy coming in, but it sort of takes time to take shape. And that's because some healing needs to be done for that to come in. And so it really feels like you show people that when you really live from your authentic spirit, and you trust that, let's say, the divine has your best interests at heart and wants you to be abundant. You show people to have faith in the flow of life, in how things naturally unfold as long as you have integrity and you extend love and you are balanced in your life. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted by my girls running around. Okay, let Spirit, can we get some nuance here for this group? Can we get a little bit more nuance about how they're helping to heal others using the Sacred Traveler deck? Can we get just a little bit more nuance? And one of my guys is laughing at me because they're saying it's enough, it's enough. So my shadow is sometimes inadequacy, that I don't give enough. I need you guys, your guys' help. I need your help in letting me know I'm enough. Okay, Spirit, show us clearly. Whoa. Wow. Okay, so we have impasse, reflect and redirect your energy. So that is you. That is hematite. So when people around you have a block, have a challenge, this is you, like a little squirrel. Again, it's that energy of like purity and lightness. You're just like, let's go this way. Again, you don't force your energy on other people. You just, what's the word? Like pronounce it. You just extend it, let's say. Like, we can just go this way. Like, this tree is not in our way. We can just walk around it. This is not a true impasse. You really help awaken people. I'm hearing to solutions. Okay, thank you, Spirit. We have a new bend to this reading. Okay, you help people find their way out, but not by like running, or not by saving them, but by gently like showing them that there's another way to do this. There's a solution here. There's like that third solution. I forgot what that's called. The third, I forgot what, there's like a name for the third solution, but it's like, you don't just have these two roads. There's another one here. And you don't do it with any arrogance too. You do it with such a lightness. Like, people don't feel, what's the word I'm looking for? They don't feel small in your presence. They don't feel intimidated because you have such an innocent and lovely and pure way of extending guidance to people. And when the impasse is other people's energy itself, you just reflect and redirect. You don't battle with it. You don't try to fix it. You just redirect or you transmute it. Again, a very light energy here. And that's so, I'm going to take this because right on the bottom of the deck, we have grace and gratitude. Through gratitude, joy expands. Because they were saying before the word grace, you have such a grace and a loveliness. This woman has such a loveliness about her. And you show people that it's through grace, through gentleness, through rest, right? Joy expands, abundance expands. Again, it's through your loveliness, through your very way of being in the world, that you help heal. Some of you may be healers with this woman holding energy in her hand here. But again, they're showing me that it's not this overt healing energy where you go and you put hands on people, even though that might be you. It's just your energy signature. Once again, my guys are laughing because they know that it's driving me mad that it's sort of like the same story over and over again. But I guess they just really want you to know that the way that you walk in the world and the way you hold your own personal energy is just profoundly healing to people around you, to animals around you, and even to nature. And as the earth shifts into higher levels of consciousness, nature and animals are awakening to their divinity once again. As humanity is awakening to its own divinity, the animals and nature is returning to their own divinity. And you first-handedly, you guys are helping move people, places, things, energies out of their shadow and back into their light. So I hope that wasn't too much of a diffuse, I don't know, I can't think of the word. I'm so out of my head, you guys. But like, I hope it wasn't too fringe or too, um, I don't know, where didn't have enough shape. But that's what I got today. It is still very powerful, and I hope it resonated for you guys. So if it did, please let me know in the comments down below, and please like the video if you did. But I send you guys so much love and so many blessings. Until the next reading, take very, very good care.